Good day, fellas. I'm filming this day before spring break, right before I go back to school, and I decided it was a good time to sort of look back at the progress I've made ever since February, all the way up till now. Even though it's been a couple of months, I think it's a good idea to sort of look back at the progress I've made and all the habits I started to do, and just see what I can improve on, what went really bad, what went really good, what was okay, all that stuff. And yeah, just kind of look back at some of the things I learned, and that's basically it. Because in 2 months I'm out of school and into summer, and yeah, it's gonna be holiday time for that. So yeah, now it's time to kind of focus on and try to get these habits to really stick. So talking about habits, I made a habit tracker on the 21st of April of last month, which was March. And this was 2 weeks before spring break, but this habit tracker really helped me out for that 1 week. And in that week, I saw all the power that an easy to access habit tracker that you constantly see, the power that it can hold. But here, let me show you to you. You can pause the video, but essentially, I have 6 habits that I wanted to stick to for the week, which was meditate, journal, study for 2 hours, read/learn, gym, and talk to one new person. That was the monthly challenge. That's just a challenge that I thought it was a good way to sort of keep the things fun and interesting. And then I have a couple of quotes around just to keep me motivated, like if it were easy, everyone would do it. Seek the difficult, embrace the challenge, thrive. Fucking cringy as fuck, man, but it kind of worked. Then I wrote the intention of the thing. It's just a 2-week challenge, which was wrong because I did 8 boxes, so it's really only a week and a day. But do all these things for every day for 2 weeks. But yeah, I did this 2 weeks before spring break, and the week in which I completed this was a really well optimized and very effective week. Unfortunately, I didn't track the second week, and I didn't track it because I didn't have enough space here. I only had 8 boxes, which I filled out, but 8 boxes is just about a week, and the second week I didn't track, but I did note down how I felt during that week, and it was really bad. I didn't feel like depressed or anything. It's just like I skipped a lot of these habits. Like I didn't study every day, I didn't read every day, I didn't talk to new people every day. I didn't do many of the habits that I set out to do, and that taught me that really, in order for me to stick to my habits, I need to see them, and I need to be able to quantify them and see exactly how I'm doing and whether I'm doing the shit I said I'm gonna do. I also have like another little section where it says daily reminders. It's not really like, oh, go buy milk and shit. It's just like things I noticed throughout the day, and that's something I changed in the new one that I have, which I'll post a picture because I have it now pasted on the door. But yeah, this is effectively how I stuck to these habits. I pasted this thing on the main entrance, so every time I'm gonna leave the apartment, I see it and I know exactly what I need to do in order to fulfill what I say I'm gonna do. But this really helped me out, and alright, let's talk about the new habits that I set out to do. First and foremost, be awake before 10 a.m. That's just to have a longer day. Sleep more and shit. Meditate, that's the same. Read for 30 minutes, the same. Although I do read for an hour or more, but 30 minutes is just kind of like the starting point, And the gym is always the constant. Usar paladar is just like something for my teeth. That doesn't really matter. Study in the library. Journal/reflect/introspect. No phone until 12 p.m. That's until midday, basically. Which is, if I use my phone and look up YouTube, watch some YouTube videos, it does fucking make me feel sluggish, so I don't do it as much. Then I have the monthly challenges. I have 2 now, 2 new ones, although I don't have them for every day. but I think that it's probably the best way to do it. Now, I've wanted to be uploading for I wanted to upload consistently all this time, but I can do it, but I haven't done it because I'm I don't know, mental masturbation or whatever. I don't know. I just don't do it. So I set out to upload every 3 days, and then I mark down when I have to do it. So being able to see it, and it's like, oh, I have to fucking do it. And then it's 3 days per week of abstinence, basically no fap. And I have it set out, marked down in Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. So those days, no fapping at all. Like I can do it the other days. It's better if I don't, but those days are, I don't do it there. So having basically half the month cut off and basically be full of abstinence is kind of effective way to progressively deload your porn habits, And then I have a little thing saying things I noticed, which is just I'll fill that out later. But yeah, that's basically a new habit tracker. That's what I'm going to be using for this month. Let's see how it works, and yeah, you don't have to do it the way I do it. I think it's better to just do it, write what you want to do, and that's basically it. Now let's move on to the progress I've made and discoveries I've made. Well, the first topic is probably the one that I don't really care the most about, but I think it's healthy for me to sort of try to get better at this, which is girls, how to talk to them and everything. Well, not really how to talk to them. It's more like, it's not really just about girls, it's more about everyone, because I watched this video from Dr. Cave, the Healthy Gamer channel, where he made a video about someone in the Reddit that wrote down, I don't speak to people unless they speak to me first. And I kind of related to this comment, because it is kind of true for me, but not to the point where, like, the way he explained it to the viewers was a little bit like you're too insecure to speak to anyone because you think you might be boring or whatever. And to me, it's, yeah, I kind of did think that was true, but I didn't really. I think it fitted my situation the most. I kind of don't talk to people because I really don't want to talk to anyone. I don't feel like. I suppose that I if I'm going to talk to women, to girls, well, they're girls like my age, they're not fully women, but I kind of just see it as, all right, if I'm not at the same level as them, what's the point? Although, sometimes you do want to go for older women, and technically you're not at the same level, but it's kind of more noticeable when you're both the same age. It's kind of it's kind of a given that you need to be, as the guy, more mature than the other one, so that you can be more in control, like have more reasoning and shit. That's the way I see it. So if you're not in the same level, then you're lacking. So that's the reason why I don't talk to them, because I don't see myself in the same level, or at a level in which I can make the best decisions in a relationship. So that's why I'm not seeking a relationship. I do agree I'm a little bit insecure, but I don't care. The way he said it, though, exposure therapy, is basically a topic that I used to that I already recent, but I basically said it with Jim Rowe words. I wrote, exposure therapy are fancy words to progressively overload who you speak to. And that's basically everyone, the whole thing. First, if you want to talk to girls, but you're scared to talk to girls, then, all right, find someone who you're not scared to talk to. Or, if there's also something else. First and foremost, I wrote here, it matters a lot what your intentions are. Now, I divided this into main intention, which is probably having sex, and sub-intention, which is befriending them. And that's the one you have to be focusing on. And what we focus on is instead of approaching someone trying to fuck them, you try and approach them and try to befriend them. So you basically don't try to flirt as much. You just try to get to know them and try to be, friends with them. And yeah, and the way I do it is basically approach girls you're not attracted to. If you approach, I'm not very attracted to fat women, so fat girls or overweight girls. So I approach overweight girls and talk to them and be funny with them and shit, and that's it. And then I befriend them, and that's it. And then, okay, once you approached a girl you're not attracted to, and you felt confident talking to them, you approach someone who is a little bit more attractive, who maybe you would still not fuck. Maybe you would need to be drugged or very, very drunk. So approach someone who is a little bit more attractive, and then you do that, and then you approach someone who's a little bit more attractive, and so on, so on, so on, until you reach someone who's like very hot, but you still don't try to fuck them. You just try to befriend them, and then like that. It's just you're not afraid anymore to talk to anyone because you're not afraid to talk to anyone that's hot or ugly or anything. And then you can switch to the mentality of just going in for the dirty deed, and that's it. So that's the way I see it, and that's the progress I've made. I figured that out, and in Spain I tried it out a little bit. I went to talk to a lot of girls, and I befriended them in short term, kind of like we both knew that I wasn't gonna stay there, so I just kind of let's be friends and whatever. And that was basically it, and I kind of wasn't that scared, and it wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be, which is good. It's good. People often seek human connection, so yeah. The way I also think about it is most people are kind of lonely, so some people actually seek out or want some sort of connection with the other sex, which is I don't know, I never really thought about that because all the friends that I have are really dudes. So if you want a friend or you someone to connect to, you talk to some dude. But I guess that's the problem with pornography, that they just kind of see girls as sex objects, in which they're really not. They're just people. So that's also something I'm trying to get out of my head. Just seeing girls as sex objects, that's not really healthy, and it's not really a good way to go about it, because you're basically quantifying half of the population as basically a pocket loser, which they're not. Now let's go on to progress at the gym. Well, I have knee problems. I have my right knee hurts a little bit every time I squat. Every time I fucking squat. When I'm squatting, it's fine. But after I squat, the day after, my right knee hurts a lot. And I'm not really sure which tendon it is. I'm not sure if it's the patellar tendon, so the tendon that goes over that's the kneecap. Those two tendons, one that connects to the femur and one that connects to the the bones. I'm not sure if it's that or if it's more like inside tendons. I'm not really sure which one it is, but I went back to the videos of knees over toes guy and basically did a lot of the things that he's promoting, like backward sledding, ATG split squats, to a level which they don't hurt, because I'm able to do them all the way. Like I can do them on the floor, and maybe the form is not perfect, but like not perfect. It's not like I can do a couple of them, and then maybe my form starts to degrade. But yeah, but I've been trying to figure out ways to fix this pain, and I think that it's probably a combination of two things. Either my hamstrings are underdeveloped in comparison to my quads. My quads are when I see myself in the mirror, I really don't have any hamstrings, and I have predominantly more quads. So I think that balancing out that proportion between those two muscle groups is really important for that knee pain to go away. And also maybe during the squat I might be shifting my weight to the right leg, which might be putting too much stress on that leg, and on those tendons. And although I'm not using like too much weight, like hundreds of kilos, I'm really on like the most I can lift is like 85 kilos. And since I went on holiday, I haven't been training for 2 weeks. That might be lower now. That might be like 70 kilos, but or maybe a little bit more. But still, 80 kilos on one leg is, in my opinion, a little too much, and that might be causing the aggravation in my tendons. So I've been backward sledding on my home. I have a homemade little fucking sled, and I'm doing that. ATG splits whilst I do them, kind of there. And I'm planning on doing more deadlifts, more good mornings, more RDLs at the gym. Maybe squatting once per week. And then, because I often squat. On Monday I typically squat very heavy, like I don't know. I try to go for maxes, and then on Thursday I go for hypertrophy work. So that's 2 times I hit the quads, and my hamstrings I really only hit them once heavy, and then the next time I don't really do it that much. So I need to focus on hamstrings as well. But talking about the gym, what has the gym led me to? In holidays, I finally looked at my physique. Well, it's not like I finally looked at it. I see it every day, but I was, I could see I could show off my body, I suppose. I went to the beach and it was just, you swim and shit. And the confidence that I gained from that was pretty amazing. Like, I didn't think I was going to feel that good, but just taking your shirt off, you feel different. There weren't many people in that beach because there was some wind, so no one was really there, and the day wasn't so warm. But I started working out almost a year ago with weights, but I didn't. Some of those I don't really count it as a whole year because most of those months I did it intermittently, and then I had a health problem. Like I broke my nose broke, and so I couldn't work out for 2 fucking months. Not heavy, so most of that time was really just either working out every 2-3 times per week to not working out at all and just going out for walks. So then on really my workouts, I started tracking my workouts on January the 2nd. But I think I had been working out since like mid-November, mid-December, but anyway, I've been training seriously ever since like December, I think. But like what is it? So almost 5-6 months of training. I don't know. I saw my physique and I was pretty happy. Looked pretty good. That's it. So I don't know if you're thinking like you need years of training to have a good physique. No, you do. But in order to get the benefits of having a good physique, you can get that from a couple of months to a year. If you train hard and often, then I don't. Some people say like you're a beginner if you've been training for less than a year. So if you're a beginner, you should have like a workout program that only makes you work out for 3 days per week. And I find that a bit ridiculous because I train 6 times per week and I'm a beginner. Now, I personally like going to the gym. So I allow myself to work out 6 times. I would like to work out 7 times per week. 7 days in a week, but the whole fucking week. But I don't because I have to, sometimes fatigue builds up. But, 6 days per week is pretty good. And I think that the progress I made with that program, which I'll post a picture of, has allowed me to achieve the physique I have. It's not something, I don't have the best physique, not at all. It's I really just have a beginner's physique, but pretty good for a couple of months of training. Now the books I'm reading, some of the learning some of the reading I've done. Right now I'm reading Berserk, but that's for night fiction. But all right, so I've read. I'm gonna make maybe some more videos on that go more in depth into each book. I've read How to Win at College, which is meh. There's some okay tips. Atomic Habits, which is it's pretty good. It's kind of like I understand now how to properly build habits and how to destroy bad ones. How to win friends and influence people is a good one. Um, I'm reading also the Daily Stoic. I thought it was just a book about stoicism. Like, you know how normal books go, that they have a continuum, but this is just like you're meant to read 1 page per day, which is not really my type, but I guess I'll read 1 page per day. I've read about like 40%, 45% of the 4 Hour Work Week, 29% of $100 million offers, 2% of .com secrets, and that's about it. Not too much. Yeah, I mean, the one I had 29% of deep work. I don't know. I don't really like the way Cal Newport writes books, so I found it hard a little bit to pay attention. And I don't know. I need to read that again because I was reading Atomic Habits and Deep Work at the same time, so I preferred Atomic Habits over the other one. I found the other one a little bit more boring, but after I'm reading more, yeah, that's pretty much it. I've learned. I'll make some videos about it individual because it's a little too much to go in depth into each book, and I think that they deserve a video on their own. Now, for another project I set out to do is International Student Channel. It's basically just like one of those videos that say those channels that say study with me for 2 hours, Pomodoro technique and shit. It's kind of that, but a little not too much, not too focused on studying. More or less, I'm gonna probably make videos saying journal with me for 30 minutes, and then it's probably like an hour-long video. But I figured that I could make probably like maybe the beginning of the video is just the first 30 minutes of the video are just, all right, I'm journaling and I'm basically recording myself journaling. But then the rest of the video, so the other 30 minutes of the video, is me going through books from libraries. Now I went to the law library here in Leuven, and I found a lot of fucking cool books, and a lot, which is weird because the library is the institution is for law and something else, but they had books about languages, history, geography, cultures and shit. So I found it a little weird that they didn't have many law books, but some of the fucking things that I saw were pretty interesting. So I don't know. I think I might just film some of the fucking books, me going through the books and shit, and that might be interesting because I'm really just interested for the pictures, and maybe I'll read it here and there, but that's basically it. I might do that and post some of that shit. I don't know. To me, it's a little interesting. Yeah. Now to end off the video, yeah. Plans going forward, I basically mentioned them earlier in the video. I have the new habit tracker that's now for a month instead of just 8 days. I added more habits that are essential, like waking up early, sleeping more, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Not hopefully, I'm gonna do my best to stick to these habits and hopefully that my new, because that's also something I read from Atomic Habits, that when you don't really know what you're doing, you fall down to the level of your systems, something like that. So the system that I have in place is to just do these habits every day, and hopefully they bring something good to my life. I know that's super like simplistic to say, just do this every day and you'll be successful or whatever, but I think that for a beginner like me, it's a good idea to just remain consistent and disciplined to do these things every day and be true to my word. And hopefully I'm able to, in a month, film another video like this in which I tell you good news. So yeah, hopefully you, I don't know, you learned some, I don't know, you enjoyed, and see you next time.